afternoon, everybody. You find me sitting on the termite mound of the home of Macrotermes natalensis, the famous fungus-growing termite of Africa. In my one hand I have Chloris roxburghiana, simply because it tastes nice on a pleasant and relaxing winter's afternoon. And in my other I have Ozeroa paniculosa. And for those of you who were with us this morning, you will know of some medicinal uses for this tree, which I'm not going to rehash. I might quite like to see if any of you remember what they were for, and the somewhat strange method of their administration. So it's a really gorgeous 23 degrees Celsius, 74 degrees Fahrenheit, here in the Greater Limpopo Transfrontier Park. The little piece of that vast wildlife haven that we're sitting on now is just 1,500 hectares, and it's called Djuma, and the little bit that we traverse to the west is called Arathusa. If you're with us for the first time ever, welcome. We love to have you with us. We also really love to hear from you. And that goes for you regular viewers too. Hashtag Safari Live for any questions or comments, or you can email us on questions@wildearth.tv. As far as I'm aware, we are still broadcasting in standard definition, not in HD. Oh, we're back in HD. Oh, well done. Viam is shaking his head violently at me. Viam on camera today, as you can tell. We have Jandre and Tara in the final control room, pushing all the buttons and twiddling the knobs as is necessary in these things. And then on the other vehicle we have got Brent and Andrew the Artvark, I think they call him. Yes, I'm not sure why. I call him El Bandito. Viam with me, like I say, and if you don't know who I am, my name is James, and I am going to be starting your drive today. My plan this afternoon, and therefore your plan, because you don't really have a say in it at this stage, is to go off to where we had a sighting of some lions this morning. We had the Nkuhumas pride, 5 adult lionesses, 2 sub-adult lionesses, and a young male of about 3.5 years old. They were in some bush just down here, sufficiently safe that they weren't about to sneak up on me while I sat on the home of Macrotermes natalensis, and we're going to see if they're still there. I suspect they are. We probably won't spend all afternoon with them if they are lying down, because they can become a little tedious. We'll go and see what else we can find, and then possibly come back to them during the course of the night. Brent is off in the east, following up on some leopard tracks, so we'll see what he can come up with. Otherwise, enjoy yourselves. I know I'm going to. It's a marvelous afternoon. Let's see what the wonders of Africa have for us in store. Yesterday we chased them through some tremendously thick bush, and we won't have to do that today, I hope, because, whoops, sorry Viam, the area that they're in is that much clearer than the one they were in yesterday. Certainly do seem to be a great plethora of winter flies about the place. So we're going through an area of land where water tends to bubble up to the surface. To the left of the road, we've got what we call a sort of Combretum woodland and crest area. You can see it's relatively clear of land, at least of trees. Lots of termite mounds in the well-drained soil, and then to the right of the vehicle, over this side, you can see a lot more in the way of trees, and that's as we come down off the slope through the terminalia or silver cluster leaf trees, and then down in towards, there's a fairly substantial drainage line at the bottom of the slope. It's a really pretty part of the reserve, this. Nice and high up, so we can see far. The Lowveld is mainly sort of rolling granite hills, so it doesn't have a huge amount of obvious topography. Right, we are getting close. Liam, keep your peepers peeled. Yeah, I think these are better ones, if you don't mind. That little ruffling noise is Wendy's aerial taking a bit of a beating. Wendy, if you don't know, is this vehicle that I'm on. I'm not entirely sure why she's called Wendy, to be honest. I think it's a fairly nice name for a human being, I suppose, but not particularly brutish for the Land Rover. Right, now they were found this morning just in here. They moved in here and they slept for quite a while. And then, if we look over to the right-hand side, there's a big knobthorn tree that's still got some leaves on it. Just behind that big tree you can see in picture, and that's where we left them this morning. I want you to try and pretend as we go in. I mean, I really don't know if they're there. I haven't been in to check. As we go in, pretend that you're on foot. Pretend that you're walking through here. You don't know that there are lions, but just try and picture what you would be looking for, where you'd look under the bushes, and as soon as I spot them, if we spot them luckily, I'm going to stop and turn off. I'm not going to tell you where they are, and just see if you can spot them. I'll get Viam to sort of pan as though he's sort of scanning with his eyes. One of us has spotted them. The other has not. Viam? Can you see them? Okay, can you see them from here? Okay, he can't see them from here, so I want to give you a chance at least. So you can, I haven't seen them, I don't know where they are. Viam has just indicated that he has seen them. So keep your eyes peeled. Okay. Right, now I can see them. And this is what you need to look for if you're on foot. Viam, just scan sort of from side to side and just see if we can't pick it up. So that's basically the view in front of the car. Now if you pan to the left, did you see them? They are there. Go back a bit, yeah. Right, stop there. And she's put her leg down. Zoom, just see if you can zoom in straight through there. And now all I saw was the underbelly, the light coloured underbelly of the lion. You can't actually see her from there. She's put her foot down. We'll go a little bit forward. Right, you should be able to get that. You got it there, Viam? Just over the edge of that, the stick here. That's it. Yeah. Now you've got to just go straight in there. There, you can see a lazy foot sticking up into the air. Now if you're walking, that's what you've got to be looking out for. Because the lion, I mean, if her foot wasn't up there, you could almost walk up to them and stand on them. Right, let's go in and see what they're up to. I suspect not very much. And of course, if you see one, the trick is not to get your eyes fixed on the one, because there could be many, which indeed there are. A whole heap of lions. We'll just stop here for a little while, see what they do. So that female in front there is the one that has orange eyes. Very unusually orange eyes compared with the others who have yellow eyes. Of course, because she's one of the laziest creatures on planet Earth, the likelihood of her opening them and actually showing them to us is small. But that does differentiate her from all the others here. So completely unlike leopards. Leopards never sleep like this. They don't lie down on the ground and pass out completely, because they're a little bit more vulnerable. They'll always be just up, heads up, looking around, and they'll go down again and snooze and wake and look around and then go down and snooze. These guys will sleep like the dead for hours and hours. That's a 3.5-year-old male. Those who don't know, that the Twitterverse has dubbed Junior. And I saw some photographs today of the so-called Birmingham boys. Oops. Slight winter chill she's got. And the Birmingham boys are a group of 5. From the photographs of them, they would look to be 4.5 to 5-year-old males, and they're pushing south now, maybe coming into this area. Hello Pamela, you ask an interesting question. You want to know which is a house cat more related to, a lion or a tiger? The answer is pretty much the same. Okay, so the way that cat taxonomy goes is that we have the order is Carnivora, the sort of superfamily is Felidae, and the subfamily, if I'm not mistaken, is Felinae, and within that we've got 2 genuses, and those 2 genuses are Felidae, the true cats, okay, and that's into which both of the tiger and the lion and your house cat fit. And into that family there are 3 genuses, and they are Felis, to which your cat belongs, and Panthera, to which the tigers and lions belong, and Achionyx, to which the cheetah belongs. That's in southern Africa. Well, Panthera is not in tigers aren't in South Africa, obviously, but Panthera belong to the same, tigers belong to the same genus. So, just to summarize then, they're part of the same family, but they're not part of the same genus. So, just to give you an example, I don't know how biologically minded you are, Pamela, or what's a good example? Let's take the example of a horse and a donkey. They fall into the same genus, and they're actually able to hybridize, right? And they form a mule, obviously, if they breed. Now, a lion and a tiger could actually hybridize together to form a liger, and that has happened in captivity. I'm not sure if it's ever happened in the wild. I doubt it. And then but obviously there could definitely be no breeding between a lion, a tiger, and a house cat. Not simply because of size, but because the genetics is too different. Hello Ginny, you want to know if they ate last night? They didn't, I don't think. They may have caught a scrub hare or something like that, but they definitely didn't eat anything decent sized. 2 nights ago they were sharing on a buffalo just south of the reserve, isn't the orange-eyed lioness that I thought it was. It's she's also yellow-eyed. Now, old Junior here has been testing some of them for their receptivity to mating, so their estrus state, and it'd be interesting to see if he does actually manage to mate with one of them. He's more than likely related to all of them. One of them will be his mother, a couple may be his sisters, and definitely the rest will be his aunts. And in lions, that's not such a problem. Apparently up to 6 generations of inbreeding can be tolerated before there's any kind of genetic defect. But it's unlikely that he'll manage, given the pressures from huge coalitions of other males in the area. We reckon his days may be numbered. So I just want you to listen for about 20 seconds, and I'm going to tell you what I can hear, and you'll get an idea of why these lions are. You can hear a woodpecker feeding behind us. Some pied shrikes, magpie shrikes, sorry, calling off to the far left. She likes my magpie shrike impression. Lovely cooling breeze coming from the south. See, just making the grass move a little bit.